What's happening, boxing fans? It is Dr. Bring It. What's going on today on this beautiful Tuesday, March 24th? Despite the fact that we are in a pandemic right now, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to stay out of trouble here. I'm going to stay home with the family. Kids are virtually learning right now. Virtually learning, right? It's pretty tough trying to get the 3 kids in here, just like trying to stay focused, not sneak any roadblocks in the middle of each, lesson plan. Man, how's everyone else holding up right now? I hope well. I can't complain about anything. We have family and friends out there right now that are in the front lines, trying to hold themselves together physically, mentally, while it seems like the freaking world is melting at the moment, especially in areas like New York, New Jersey. Just the number of cases and affected people and people who are passing away from this disgusting virus. A lot going on, people. So just try to keep your spirits up. I know it's very hard, but try to stay positive, which is why I'm going to just try to increase the amount of videos that I put out there about boxing and whatever. But we're going to try to talk about boxing, even though, again, a lot of boxing fights right now are being postponed. We're looking probably in June, July, August time, maybe at this point. Some big fights that were scheduled for April and May have been postponed, and rightfully so. It's a really sensitive time right now, but for this video, wanted to talk to you guys about the fight between Gervonta Davis, the Tank, and Ryan Garcia, also known as the Flash. What do you guys think about this fight? There's a lot of hype coming on with the Flash, with Ryan Garcia, because he's been knocking people out. He's 21 years old at the moment, and he's knocking out some veteran fighters, and people can't help, and I can't help, but take notice of his speed, his power, and the fact that he's just going out there and just mauling people. It's hard not to take note of that. But I just wanted to break it down. Let's go over the tail of the tape real quick between these two fighters. Let's talk about Tank. Gervonta Davis is 23-0. He's got 22 knockouts. Now, he's got like a 95% knockout rate so far. The guy's like the little version of Deontay Wilder. He's 25 years old. He's a southpaw fighter, meaning he's lefty, okay, meaning that his right hand is in the front, okay? He's 5'5", again, not the tallest of fighters out there, and he's got a 67.5 reach, all right? Let's talk about Ryan Garcia. He's 20-0, 17 knockouts, okay? Again, he's got a pretty high percent knockout rate, not as high as Gervonta Davis, but he's 21 years old. He's an orthodox fighter, meaning his left hand is in the front, okay? He's 5'10", so he's got a pretty significant height advantage over Tank Davis. And he's got a 70-inch reach. Now, reach-wise, not sure if that's going to make too much of a difference. It is what it is, but we'll talk about that in a second. So let's talk about some of these attributes that these fighters bring into the ring. Power. Obviously, if you watch any Tank Davis fights, the guy is he's a powerful puncher. His power is just, the guy is knocking out 95% of his opponents. So nobody's questioning him about his power. And also, Ryan Garcia, also very powerful fighter too. But one thing that I noticed is that a lot of his fights that he's earned those knockouts is that he's caught people coming in. And when you catch people coming in, and he's got a long reach, okay? So when they're trying to lunge in and he's hitting you with a very fast and powerful hook, a lot of those times they didn't even see it coming. So as far as power goes, when you look at the two fighters, Tank Davis, obviously, he's got a more muscular, more compact fighter. And I think I'm going to have to give the power edge over to Tank. The guy's just built. He looks like a tank, man. The guy's just built, very muscular compared to the tall and lanky Ryan Garcia. So I'm going to have to give the power to Tank Davis. Speed. Speed is another thing too. I'm going to have to give the speed over to Tank, and the reason why is this. He's a 5'5" fighter. The fact that he can close the distance very quickly using fast footwork, and this is what he's used to. He's 5'5", so whenever he fights taller fighters, he has to go in and close the distance. Now, as a southpaw fighter, it's really interesting to see that even at 5'5", he still can manage to throw very fast jabs. He knows how to jab to the body very quickly, jab to the top, and then he knows how to actually jab and then elude punches going in. I mean, this is what he has built into his arsenal just because he's a 5'5" fighter. Now, Ryan Garcia being 5'10", he has the luxury of being able to stay on the outside. Now, the way he stands, he doesn't have a very wide stance at all. Actually, it's relatively narrow. So when you have a relatively narrow stance, his ability to move back and forth very quickly it is not going to be as quick. That's why when you watch his footwork, he's actually a pretty flat-footed fighter. Now, against someone like Tank Davis, that might be an issue. But we'll talk about that again more in a little bit. But as far as speed is concerned, I'm going to have to give the speed over to Tank Davis also. Again, if Ryan Garcia stays on the outside and hitting jabs, and tries to hit with the hooks and try to keep Tank Davis off and stay on the outside, that might be an effective strategy and tactic for Ryan Garcia. But to be honest with you, I don't think Ryan Garcia is going to keep him at bay. Stamina. We actually don't really know, stamina-wise, how long Ryan Garcia can go. He's been folding up a lot of his fighters early, but I think if he gets into a brawl, into a war against Tank Davis, I think he's going to be in trouble. Defense-wise, who do you think has better defense? Again, we haven't seen so many rounds for Ryan Garcia to make this kind of a judgment on him. But let me just say, the way that they fight, Tank Davis, he's a very elusive boxer, defensive-wise. He has that shoulder roll, okay? The way that he fights, when he goes in, he goes for jabs, and then he covers up very, very well. So to say that you can counter Tank Davis, it's easier said than done. I think Ryan Garcia is going to have a very, very tough time timing Tank Davis, especially if Tank Davis is going in and then covering up. His head movement is very, very crisp. And I think Ryan Garcia is going to have a very tough time connecting. Now, Ryan Garcia, on the other hand, like I said, he's a very stationary, very flat-footed. I mean, he's got fast reaction, but not as fast as Tank Davis. Tank Davis, his reaction time is so crisp, and his head movement is much better than Ryan Garcia. I think Tank Davis is going to have an easier time connecting with Ryan Garcia than the other way around. Footwork. I mentioned footwork earlier. Tank Davis's footwork is very dynamic. He can go in and out. He can move side to side. Overall, his dynamic footwork is going to give Ryan Garcia a very, very tough time. I think a lot of people don't realize how important footwork is. The fact that Tank Davis can move backwards, do his shoulder roll, and still be ready to deliver a powerful uppercut. He's got every shot in the book pretty much. But in terms of footwork, his ability to close the distance, to stay back, to go to the side and deliver some powerful blows, that's going to be very dangerous for Ryan Garcia to deal with. Mental toughness. Now, Ryan Garcia from Los Angeles, California. Tank Davis from Baltimore, Maryland. Now, I got a glimpse of a documentary or a story about Tank Davis. And from my understanding, he grew up life challenges. And I think mentally, outside of the ring, I think his life challenges has prepared him mentally to go into wars in the ring. And I don't know much about Ryan Garcia. The kid is 21 years old. Pretty face, handsome kid. He's probably all about like the girls and stuff like that. Look, I'm an old guy at this point, all right? And I know how 21-year-olds think. Now, Tank Davis is not so far ahead of him. I mean, he's 25 years old. But I remember when I was 21 years old, I felt that I was invincible. It was all about the girls and stuff and just looking good, being pretty and stuff, right? I think mentally, I'm going to have to chalk this one up to Tank Davis to say that he's been mentally tested, especially, not just in life, but especially in the ring. So once he finds himself in a situation where the fight goes into deep water, meaning round 8, round 9, if it even lasts that long, or if there was a situation where Ryan Garcia gets caught and in trouble and he has to sit there and clinch and hold on for dear life, honestly, I'm going to say that Ryan Garcia is going to mentally have a breakdown. He's not going to know what to do. And I think mentally, given that size of a stage, I think Tank Davis has the mental fortitude to be able to overcome Ryan Garcia in this fight. Creativity and skill. If you guys go to some of Tank Davis's past fights on YouTube, just look at his creativity. The guy has, like I mentioned before, he has every shot in the book. He has the uppercuts. He has the shoulder roll in every position. He could throw powerful, powerful shots from any position. Then, on top of that, he can come in and out with his footwork. He has the counter punching ability. The guy's a counter puncher. When you have a fighter out there that builds his offense right behind, like in a counter punch, it's very, very tough to overcome someone like that. So for every punch that Ryan Garcia throws, and then Tank Davis just rolls with it and bangs him with an uppercut to the body, it's going to be a very, very painful night. and very struggling night for Ryan Garcia, unless, of course, like I said, if he gets knocked out within the first 4 rounds. Now, it's very possible that this is going to happen, people. But here's the thing. I don't want to take everything away from Ryan Garcia, because if Tank Davis gets careless and overconfident against Ryan Garcia, he himself can get caught as well. Ryan Garcia has and has proven that he has that one-punch knockout, especially the way he throws his left hook. Personally, I think it's a bit wide when he goes left hook on the top. He kind of makes this one move like it's very, he just kind of, he shows that it's coming, okay? I like his left hook that comes from like down here, from the body. And he comes in and he's just like, boom, from right here. That's a very powerful hook, and he's knocked people out that way. But his left hook this way to the head seems like he's projecting like he's doing that. And I think, honestly, with a left hook like that, I think he's going to get eaten up by Tank Davis. I think Tank Davis can see that a mile away. He'll be able to roll out of it and then go for the liver shot, liver uppercut. And to be honest with you, I honestly think the way that his body looks, Tank Davis is going to have a ball going to the body. He's going to probably go to the body, and Ryan Garcia is going to be knocked out via body shot. I mean, that's what I'm just thinking. He's going to punish Ryan Garcia's body. But overall, I think he's just a more creative fighter. He's more dynamic. I think we're going to see Tank Davis pretty much outclass Ryan Garcia. Skill-wise, creativity, defense, everything, guys. It's not a good fight for Ryan Garcia. I think what he should do is probably fight other people first, continue to build up his creativity and arsenal, giving him a chance maybe to go into deep waters even more so that he could mentally prepare for something like this. But Tank Davis, I think a fight against him is too early for Ryan Garcia. So if this fight actually happens, Tank Davis is going to win, I think, via a knockout within the first 6 rounds. Probably by like round 4 or round 5. He's going to already figure out Ryan Garcia. He's going to jab to the body, open and bring down Ryan Garcia's guard, okay? Because he's going to punish his body in the first 2 rounds, and then he's gonna knock him out within the first 5 rounds. I mean, that's just my opinion. That's how I see it. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think this is a good fight for Ryan Garcia, given that he's only 21 years old. I don't know what De La Hoya is thinking. If he's actually going to make this fight happen, I'm not sure why he would allow his fighter to go against Tank Davis right now, as young as he is, 21 years old, because he's risking, of course, getting that loss. Both of these fighters are undefeated. But yeah, that's my take on it. I think Tank Davis is going to pretty much outclass Ryan Garcia. So let me know what you guys think. Subscribe if you want to subscribe. Like and share the video. Again, people, stay home at this point. I know people are like itching to get out and they're bored and stuff, but you know what? It's a blessing to be in that situation. There's people out there, like I said, that are on the front line. I have a lot of family who are nurses, who are working in the healthcare field right now, who are just pretty much witnessing and being a part of like a complete meltdown in society right now because of this pandemic. So be careful, everyone. Do your part. Stay home. Be responsible. Be smart. Talk to you soon.